wanted encouragers, please sign up here. There is never, in my experience, an occasion where we are just overwhelmed and overrun with encouragers. There's a shortage. In fact, the demand is great, but the supply is very limited. I've never had to calm any people down and be like, hey, watch it. Now, easy on the encouragement. Don't you think you're overdoing it a little bit? Let's reel that in. No, it's not happening. But, fault finding, criticizing, all the other things that our flesh just so naturally indulges, it's almost, kind of fun to just chew and pick. And I don't know if it's fun, but it's natural. It's what our flesh does. But people, just like you, just like me, just like the people on your job, in your church, in your family, they need encouragement. You're going to make it. It's going to be all right. Hey, I appreciate you. I love you. I'm praying for you. I appreciate your faithfulness. Whatever it is, your service. I just appreciate, be thankful, and encourage other people. Let them know you missed them at church. Whatever. Encourage. Because you never know what a difference just a word or a kind gesture or a kind deed will do. We all need to feel like we belong, that we are valued by someone. So, of course, we're supposed to encourage ourselves. Yes, but that's kind of like a last resort. Surely somebody else can help encourage us, right? And if you do want to encourage yourself, guess what? The easiest way to do it is to encourage someone else. I mean, you can't really sit at home and cry and suck your thumb about nobody calling you when you miss church if you never call anybody when they miss church. Did she just say that? Oh, yeah, I just said that. You can't complain about no one lifting you up and no one's ever encouraging me. Well, who are you calling? Who are you texting? You may not even need encouragement if you're pouring it out all the time, because you will be self-encouraged. Isn't that genius? Anyway, so I just want to encourage you to be an encourager. And secondly, I just want to tell somebody. I need like a little organist in here playing. Sorry. I feel to tell somebody that it's something I have said on Facebook and in my life for quite a while now. That life, I gotta sit back in my smart pose. Life is a series of seasons, good and bad. And if you could get a hold of that, boy, it's going to revolutionize your perspective. Because then you realize everything we're going through is temporary. Even just life itself is temporary. We are mortal beings. And this life, everything's going to pass away. Everything. Heaven and earth are going to pass away. So whatever you're going through, it's going to be over eventually. I mean, right? One way or the other. But that's not what I'm trying to say. Seasons. If it's a good season in your life, you need to embrace it, love it, milk it, enjoy it, document it, scrapbook it, take pictures of it, Facebook it. Love it. Because it's not going to last forever. Little So-So is like one of the best seasons of my life. She's my baby. She's my omega. She's the caboose. She's the grand finale. And she's 2, and she's talking, and she's being so cute. You better believe I'm always in her face, filming her, taking her pictures, squeezing her, staring at her while she sleeps, looking at her little toes. I love it. Because she's my third, I know, boy, it's just going to be a blink of an eye, and she's going to be grown. And I also know that my middle girl, she's only 8. She's not even in double digits, so she's still a child. And then I've got my Savannah, who's 11, about to be 12, entering the youth group. Dun, 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 dun. And I could cry. Oh, God. I've lost her. But you know what? What an incredible season that's going to be of her life. I don't want to be mourning the one that's gone and freaking out about the one that's about to come, that I miss the one I'm in. So if you're in a good season, enjoy it. If you love your job, if your family, if you have your parents, if you have your kids at home, if you're living for God, if everything is going good, don't be looking for the gray cloud in your silver lining. Enjoy it. Don't be all like, oh, those are the good old days, but you didn't know they were good old days until they were old, good old days. These are the good days now. Okay, so if you have a good season, enjoy it, because sad to tell you, it's not going to last forever. That's not to be doomsday, it's just realistic. Doesn't mean you're not going to move on to another good season, but it'll be something new. Life is change. Man, if you don't like change, you're going to have a hard life. But if you can embrace the change while you're embracing the now, kapow, genius. I don't even know what I just said, but I think it was really good. I'm going to have to rewind that. Secondly, and for probably the majority of people, you're in a season that you hate. You're wondering, when are we there yet? Is it going to be over? I hate this. My life is horrible. It's always been horrible. Enough with the always and never. I'll never be okay. No, stop with that. I don't like the word hate. I strongly dislike those superlatives. This is the worst. It'll never be good. It's always been this way. Don't take out your giant eraser and erase every good thing that happened up until this point and erase every possible good thing that could happen in the future. Usually those are just untruths. Always and never. Rarely apply unless you're talking about the love of God and the horrificness of the devil, okay? Anyway, if you're in a bad season, I'm sorry. Life happens. Sickness happens. Loss happens. Depression happens. It's horrible. I'm sorry. But I want you to know and hear this word right now, that it will not always be this way. And it has not always been this way. And most importantly, you're not alone. God is with us in the good times and the bad times. Sometimes He calms the storm, and sometimes He calms me in the midst of the storm. So if you're in a difficult season, just know it hasn't always been this way. Say that out loud to yourself. Look in the mirror and say, it has not always been this way. And then say, and it will not always be this way. Even if you feel like you're lying through your teeth, speak those words of faith. The Bible says, let the weak say I am strong. So He's given you permission to speak to your future self. Let the weak say I am strong, because we can do all things through Christ, which strengthens us. Why would He need to strengthen us if we were never weak? He knows we're going to go through difficult times, but it will not last forever. Okay? So get your eyes out of the molly grubs, look to Jesus and say, please, teach me what I'm supposed to learn during this season. I know this too shall pass. Help me to look for the exit door. What do you want me to do? Who do you want me to touch? What do you want me to learn while I'm in this season? And things will get better. Young person, you won't always be struggling with that temptation. One day you're going to be a pillar in the church. You're going to be a mother, a grandmother. Oh yeah. You're going to grow up. You're going to be used of God. You're going to see your dreams fulfilled. This small thing that's just totally consuming your life right now, it's not the end of the world. I promise you. Learn to say that too. It's not the end of the world. And we got to get out of this Zoom mentality where all we see is what's right in front of our face. And we ask the Lord to help us zoom out and get a perspective and realize the big picture. We're up against, a nose hair on the Mona Lisa, thinking, oh, this is gross, this is yuck. And it's because it's right here. But that was probably really gross, sorry. If we back up, we realize it's really part of a bigger, more beautiful picture. I don't know where the nose hair came from. I do apologize. But sometimes we get so focused in that we can't see that God's got this. It won't always be this way. I promise. This too shall pass. So there's your word of encouragement. You're going to make it. Hold on. Please don't give up. Please, I beg you. Hold on. The sun is coming up in the morning. Joy's coming. It's going to get better. But even if it doesn't get better as soon as you want it to, know that you are not alone. He has promised that He would never leave us or forsake us. Acknowledge the Lord. Every day say, God, I know You're with me. We may be walking through the fire, but we're going to walk through it together. And a new season's coming, and when it does, I'm going to grab onto it and get everything I can out of it, because I don't know how long You're going to let me stay there. The trumpet may blow right in the middle of the best season of my life. He may come during the worst season of your life. But either way, as long as you're ready to meet Him and you're holding on, it's going to be okay. So I encourage you, hold on. It's going to get better. And I also encourage you to encourage someone else. Have a great day.